In today's episode of Late Stage Capitalism Makes Americans So Lonely That They Make Products Their Best Friends, the Trader Joe's mini tote bag has become the latest viral internet sensation.
We got the Trader Joe mini tote bag!
I just called my Trader Joe's and they have the mini tote bags. We're going. There's so many people in line. Oh my god. I got them. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little embarrassing waiting in line for a tote bag.
Is there such thing as too many bags?
I don't think so.
People are ransacking their local Trader Joe's stores, all in pursuit of a tote bag. Move over, Stanley Cup. There's a new viral sheriff in town. The newfound virality of the Trader Joe's mini tote bag has me thinking that Americans are always gonna find a new shiny product to obsess over. And it's only getting worse. The Trader Joe's tote bag phenomenon is taking over the internet. The craze has become so viral that it's been covered in the New York Times, Washington Post, and even BBC News. At $2.99, they're affordable and, as the New York Times puts it, just large enough to fit your lunch, a water bottle, and a few sundries. But since they're sold out in most locations, they're now reselling on sites like eBay for upwards of $1,000. They've been dubbed the new Stanley Cups due to the commotion that they're causing at stores, and they're available in a variety of colors, including navy blue, green, red, and yellow. The bags have been on sale since at least February 27th, and across TikTok, users are posting videos of heaps of people emptying store displays and nearly trampling over each other. Now, you know that we love an affordable, sustainable product on our channel, and for what it's worth, I think the tote bags are actually cute. However, just how sustainable is it when one viral product keeps usurping another viral product? Just how sustainable is it when people are literally buying not just one tote bag, but 5 or 10 or 12 tote bags? I mean, one day it's like, this is the viral product that you need to have. And literally the next day it's like, this is the viral product that you need to have. And the viral product that you thought you needed yesterday is just collecting dust in your garage because there's a new viral product to replace it. At what point do we say, I'm gonna sit this one out? This trend is not for me. I got the last thing, so I'm not gonna get this new thing. At what point? Despite the $2.99 price tag, the fact that people are buying multiple tote bags in multiple colors just begs the question of how affordable is it really? How can you take something that's meant to be sustainable and affordable and make it unaffordable and unsustainable? So where did this viral trend come from in the first place? TikToker Thaddeus Yan, a self-described Trader Joe's superfan, says he first discovered the totes on the Instagram account at Trader Joe's List, which currently at the time of filming has 1.9 million followers. The account is ran by Natasha Fisher, who isn't affiliated with the grocery store chain, but is also a super fan, and she shares Trader Joe's finds and recipes of all kinds on the page. Thaddeus says that he visited 7 stores before finding one that had the bag. The first was the Trader Joe's location where he usually shops, where an employee told him that the bag had already sold out and to check back later in the week. And at another shop, he says that people began lining up at 7:30 a.m. well before the store opened, and he says that he struck out there too. But ultimately, at store number 8, he was able to find the bag, so of course he had to buy all the ones that he could get. Not just one, but multiple.
Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you.
Now, some stores are limiting how many you can purchase to 5 per customer. And while I feel like that can help some people to buy less, I also think that it could make people feel like they have to get at least 5 due to the scarcity effect. No shade to him. Don't send any hate to him. But let's talk about why people like Thaddeus and others start standing grocery store chains and other corporations alike. The idea of identifying so strongly with a grocery store that it becomes such a part of your identity that you subscribe to this belief of being a super fan of a grocery store is concerning. It really marks a cultural shift towards consumerism and the erosion of self-expression. In the case of Trader Joe's, as with Starbucks or Target, the brand is not just a store, but a lifestyle choice that signifies a certain socioeconomic and cultural identity. I once heard someone say that Starbucks is not a coffee shop, but it's a bank that sells coffee, and it stuck with me forever. There are people out there that you probably know who are obsessed with Starbucks, who make it their entire personality. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to Starbucks. Starbucks. But it's not about the coffee or the refresher drinks that are literally 80% ice and 20% drink. It's about the brand experience, right? We've talked about that in relation to the Stanley Cup. Starbucks, with their overpriced coffee and refreshers, they represent this culture of exclusivity and class as well, which is why people love them so much, despite all of the evil things that they stand for. This goes beyond consumer preference and really seeps into this idea of a personal endorsement of this corporate image that people want to attach to themselves. A lot of these brands establish this cult-like following due to their very clever and intricate marketing that really makes people feel this, and I will say, false sense of community. I say false because true community, in my opinion, is built on internal values, not external products or commodities that are inevitably subject to change. Trader Joe's, for instance, offers unique products and they create a narrative of being an unconventional grocer, and they have this quirky, friendly store atmosphere that a lot of people gravitate towards. Personally, I went to Trader Joe's like a few times in my life. I did not like the experience. Maybe it was just my local Trader Joe's that I wasn't into, but it wasn't for me. I wasn't into it. There's been many skits or spoofs that I've seen on TikTok of people talking about that very unique atmosphere that Trader Joe's has to offer.
Hi, welcome to Trader Joe's. Did you find everything that you needed?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay, well, how's Bill? How's the kids? How's your Aunt Sally's back?
Really have amazingly clever marketing, and we gotta show them some love for that. And they're also on the affordable side, which is really great. There's nothing wrong with liking a brand, but when you become so obsessed with the brand that you're going to 8 stores to get a tote bag, that's a problem. And so the issue with this culture is that it causes people to overlook some unsavory practices of corporations or brands because their identities are so wrapped up in this brand and their image. So this intense fandom or standom, whatever you want to call it, that you're seeing with brands like Trader Joe's or Starbucks or Target is like peak American capitalism, where it's not even just about getting what you need or what you want, because obviously we all buy things that we don't necessarily need, but within reason. But it's not even just about shopping moderately, shopping consciously. It's all about the frenzy. It's about the pomp and circumstance. At this point, it's not even about grocery shopping anymore. It becomes more like a concert or a sporting event. When people are pledging allegiance to brands in this way, it really does create a culture where corporations have this really imbalanced influence on society, on the culture. And I worry about this culture, again, not just with Trader Joe's, but with any large corporation of any kind. The idea that you can take a product that is meant to be sustainable and make it anything but is such a symbol of how TikTok's overconsumption has gotten out of control. TikToker Eleanor Kim said that she visited 2 stores before she was able to find a tote bag, and she recorded the scene at the second store she went to in Chino Hills, California, and posted the video on TikTok calling the experience scary. Shout out to all of my fellow The OC fans, because Ryan Atwood is my only reference to Chino Hills, personally. She told the New York Times, "I wasn't really sure what I was going to use it for, but I felt like with everyone grabbing it, it made me want to get it too." This is a classic case of the bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is a psychological phenomenon in which people do something primarily because other people are doing it, regardless of their own beliefs, which they may ignore or override. I think it's no surprise that you're seeing particularly young and impressionable people participating in this trend. The tote bag phenomenon seems to be primarily capturing Gen Z, who of course are coming of age in a time of peak social media fads. And so I think that this is really eroding on their ability to think independently, to think critically. And I want to give some grace to the young people that are influenced by this trend, because when I was 21, 22, 23, when I was in my early 20s in particular, as I've spoken about before on this channel, I was definitely influenced by these trends as well. I mean, I owned one too many makeup palettes and collabs from beauty influencers back in the day, so I get it. But at the same time, I think that young adults can be more conscious about participating in these viral trends, as should millennials and Gen Xers and so on, because I definitely did see some older folks about to tussle over these bags, okay? But even before the age of social media, millennials like myself were influenced to buy trendy products. Of course, in the 90s, millennials had our Furby toys. The Furby toys dominated the cultural zeitgeist, and before that, the 80s saw the rise of Cabbage Patch Kids. Introduced in 1998, Furbies were among the first quote-unquote smart toys to hit the market, which combined sensors and motors, and they advertised this unique ability that the Furbies could learn English over time from an initial Furbish language. Innovative use of technology created this demand, and it created scenes of long lines and frantic buying that's similar to the Stanley Cup craze and now the mini tote bag craze. Now, the difference between the Furby toys and the Stanley Cups and the tote bags is that these were children. These were children who were obsessing over Furby toys and their parents were waiting in line to get them, whatever the case may be. Now you have grown adults who are using tote bags and Stanley Cups as toys. That really does show how we have kind of devolved in our development, if I'm being honest. Like, we all liked weird things as kids. We all couldn't wait to unwrap our Christmas gifts and all that, okay? Because you're a kid, these are your priorities, are your toys. Why, as adults, would your priority be collecting tote bags and tumbler cups? I do not know. Actually, I do know. Capitalism. People are so lonely that they're cozying up to their tote bags and their Stanley Cups. See my loneliness epidemic video for more information on that end. But the adult obsession with these products really does underscore the idea of how marketing and scarcity and fear of missing out can really influence buyer behavior, because you saw the same thing with the Stanley Cups. They were also limited edition. When Stanley came out with the Galentine's Day limited edition Stanley Cups, you saw the frenzy there, and you're seeing the same frenzy with these tote bags, which were also limited edition, but they are restocking them this summer. So you're gonna see this frenzy pick up again, surely, over the summer. This really does highlight how people can really go crazy over products that really have little intrinsic value beyond the trend. Of course, I use recycle bags. I have recycle bags, but do I have 1,000 recycle bags in my house? Absolutely not. These are not people who are even probably going grocery shopping a whole lot. These are young people who probably are single. They don't got families. They're not buying a lot of groceries. They're literally buying it for the aesthetic, for the trend. The tote bag frenzy is yet another sign that the physical product doesn't matter anymore, right? As I said at the top of this video, Americans are always going to find a new and shiny viral product to overconsume, to go crazy at. And it's not even just Americans, because the tote bag craze has also made its way to Japan as well. There's always going to be a viral trend around the corner enticing people to trample over each other just to get their hands on it. There's always going to be a Temu lightning deal or a Shein lightning deal around the corner. We're all consumers, right? We all buy things. We all need things. We all want things. But how can we train ourselves to be responsible consumers? We need to educate ourselves and train ourselves to not only be financially responsible, but also be responsible from a sustainability standpoint. We need to train ourselves to spend money on things that foster a real sense of community, not this ephemeral sense of community that these trendy viral products create. We have to train ourselves to stop being so fickle, so capricious every time a new viral product drops. And maybe that comes with age, maybe that comes with maturation, maybe that just is a young people thing that they're so susceptible to this. Our planet cannot sustain the sheer amount of viral trends that keep getting popularized on TikTok, all social media, because it's not just TikTok. And I hope that this video can help to get you to that place of clarity and critical thinking all the more sooner. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on the Trader Joe's mini tote bags and the fact that people are trampling over each other damn near just to get their hands on one, and the fact that people are making something that's supposed to be sustainable completely unsustainable? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it and you want more content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can definitely follow me on my socials. And I'll talk to you all next time.